Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my yearly favorites, and this is my favorite video to film every single year because I get to go through all of the makeup that I have discovered this year and pick out what I've been using, what I've been loving, what makeup launch that I really think made the year for me in terms of beauty. And I also try to incorporate all my favorites into the look I'm wearing today, so if you want to see this look in full, definitely leave me a comment down below and I can show you all my favorites in action. These makeup products are definitely my favorites for a reason. I think they perform the best for me, so if you want to see everything that I have been loving this year, then just stay tuned. So I'm going to start off with palettes and eyeshadows because they're right on top. This is definitely my favorite palette of the year. It is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. And I absolutely love this palette. This is my favorite Urban Decay palette that they've ever came out with. I love the colors. I love that there's a few pops of colors, but mostly neutrals. And it's all colors that I personally would wear. The formula is fantastic on these eyeshadows. And I can't say enough good things. If you want to purchase one palette, and I recommend this over the Naked palette, purchase this. It's a great everyday palette. You can do smoky looks, daytime looks, anything. Best palette for me, and it came out this year. Also, I really loved the MAC Dazzleshadows, and they were limited edition, but I thought I'd mention them anyways. I haven't been using them on my channel because they were limited edition, but they are amazing. I hope MAC makes these permanent, but they're so gorgeous, and I just fell in love with this collection. I wasn't sure I was going to pick any up, but I did, and I've been using them off camera. Haven't been able to use them on camera because they were limited edition, but they have been a favorite of mine. And then Makeup Geek came out with more matte shadows. They came out with all their foiled shadows, which I'm showing you right here. And Makeup Geek is always coming out with amazing products for the price. And I absolutely love the Makeup Geek shadows. So you can't go wrong with those if you want to buy single shadows. I highly recommend the Makeup Geek. And also, I mentioned this last year, but I had to mention it again, my Artist shadows. And I picked up their 15 pan Artist palette, which I love. And just the Artist shadows from Makeup Forever in general, they're the best formula in my opinion. They are so amazing. Makeup Geek are really affordable, amazing formula too. And if you want a whole palette, that Gwen Stefani one. I also have to mention the Anastasia Palettes, the World Traveler and the Self-Made. I still need to do a look on this one, but for the price, you can't beat these. They're just amazing formula. I love the Anastasia shadows, and when they come out in these palettes, they're a great price for what you get. So highly recommend the Anastasia palettes. For foundation, there were two that stood out to me this year. Everything that I mentioned in my last year's favorites, I still love, but I didn't want to repeat myself. I just wanted to come out with things that I was really using this year, that came out this year, or I just discovered this year. So two foundations that have been just working amazing for me this year are the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. This came out this year. They reformulated it. The first time I used it, I hated it, and then I continued to use it because the original Makeup Forever HD was my top two foundation next to Nourish Sheer Glow, and I had to give it a try again because I was just really concerned that they screwed up the formula and they ruined one of my favorite foundations of all time, but they didn't. Still a favorite. Absolutely love this one, and I think I like it better. It's what I'm wearing today. It just matches me perfectly. I could be tan, I could be my own natural skin tone, and this shade seems to work for me. It's in shade 125 or Y315. 125 was the old name, but it just self-adjusts to my skin. It looks the most natural. It looks phenomenal on film. It looks phenomenal in person. It's just one of my favorites. And then when I want a really full coverage look, I love my Estee Lauder Double Wear in Tawny. And this is great if I have a really long day and I need something to hold up throughout the day. If I'm taking pictures or anything like that, I'll go with the HD because this one does flash back on me. Some people it doesn't. For me it does. But it's still one of my favorites. So those were my two favorite foundations of the year. I had more, but I really tried to limit things down so this video wasn't 40 minutes long because I know it's already probably going to be like half an hour. For bronzer, my favorite bronzer this year would have to be the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion bronzer, and I have it in 35i. It's what I'm wearing today on my face to bronze up my face, and this is quite warm tone, but it's skin-like. The finish is phenomenal. I also have it through my crease as an eyeshadow, and I just love the blendability. I love the color. I love everything about the formula of these. If you pick up any one of these to suit your skin, you're gonna like it. The formula is amazing. I don't have a favorite primer this year. I haven't really found my favorite. I keep going back between several. I was considering mentioning the NARS Pro Prime because that's what I'm wearing now, and I finally bought a full size of this because I was going through deluxe size samples like crazy. So this might be my favorite, but I haven't really decided, but it works really, really well for me. And I like that it's light optimizing too, so it really makes me glow, and it makes my foundation last long too. Speaking of making your foundation last long, Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I don't think this will ever change. It's the best. Before makeup application, I love the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. This also makes my skin really glow. I used it today, but it's quite pricey, so I only use it on special occasions or when I'm filming or want to look extra good. That's what I go for. I don't use it every day because it is quite pricey, but it's amazing. Definitely check it out if you're dry skin like me. It makes all the difference in the world. I can achieve a really glowy look even though I have dry skin, so love that. For powder, I think this might be in everyone's favorite, but it's the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. So amazing for setting your under eye concealer. I set my face with it. It has a slight beige tinge to it, so it's not translucent per se, but it does have a little bit of color, which I think is really good for brightening, and it makes your skin flawless. I still love to use my MAC Set Powder. This one is more white, so I find it a little bit more noticeable than this one. This one blends into my skin a little bit better, but this one works really, really good, but I do still use both. For mascara, I have 3 to mention. For my lower lashes, I love the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash Mascara. You guys know I use this almost every single video if I don't use the next one I'm mentioning, but it's great for lower lashes. I'll even put it through my lashes before I apply falsies if I don't want to mess with 2 mascaras. And then for drugstore one for lower lashes, I use this today. This is the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. I use this every time I don't use that MAC one. It's definitely a dupe for that one, I think, but the brush is a little bit different. It's not a bad thing, but I do prefer the brush on the MAC one, but I still like this for a more affordable option. And I like that it has lash growing properties. I don't know if it works, but I like the idea of putting that on my lashes. And then for top lash mascara, I love the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. I know it's excessive. This makes my lashes look the best. It is quite pricey, that's the only thing, and honestly, mascara doesn't really matter to me, but if I had to pick one, it would be this. And if I had all the money in the world, it would be this. Then for concealer, you guys know I use my repair kit, my MAC Studio Finish concealer. If you haven't watched My Husband Does My Makeup tag, which was my favorite video this year to film, this is the repair kit. It's quite beat up. I need a new repair kit, but it looks like this. It's from MAC. It's the Studio Finish little palette. I use this for cleaning up my brows, for spot concealing, but I recently also got on board of the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. This is super pigmented. I barely even touched this at all. You only need such a small amount, so if I have a blemish or some redness or anything like that that I want to really cover, this works. And I have the shade SX06, and it seems to work for my skin most times. And then for under eye concealer, this is fairly recent discovery, but it's what I'm wearing today. It's been my favorite, and I'm actually quite surprised. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do. It's the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. I have it in 2 shades because I like it that much. You know, when I have it in 2 different colors, I really like it. So this is what I have on today. As I said, it's just amazing. It doesn't crease on me. It's lightweight enough, and I love pairing it with my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. And I also have this on today. It's just a luminous color correcting product that you put underneath your concealer. But this works so great at bouncing light back and just making your under eye look radiant and youthful. I love it. You just have to watch how much you use because it is quite thick, but it has been a favorite of mine, and I'll 110% repurchase this once it's done. For highlighter, I have limited down to 3. It was really hard. I could probably mention 10 that I've loved and used this year, but I'm going to share my top 3. So on an everyday basis, I've been using my Benefit What's Up, and this is just a really great cream to powder highlighter, and I use this most days. I use this in my Victoria's Secret makeup look and in my daily life, in my vlogs. It's just really easy for me to use, to throw on. I don't need a brush or anything, so that's why I like it, for its convenience. And then I've really loved the Becca Champagne Pup, like a lot of people I'm sure did this year. This is one of those products that are limited edition, which I did get a backup of. So this is what I have on my cheeks today. I also have it on my eyelid, and it's just an all-around great product. You can use it as an eyeshadow, a highlight, anytime you want to look really luminous. And I just love the Becca formula. I had a Becca highlighter as my favorite last year. This one's my favorite this year, and I just love Becca highlighters. But if I had to pick one highlighter that I could only have for the rest of my life, I just recently came to this decision that it definitely is my favorite. It looks the best on me, I think, and it is from the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette. And this was pricey. It took me a while for me to get this because it was quite pricey, but Charlotte Tilbury I fell in love with this year because it was the first time I ever purchased it. The product is phenomenal. The highlight just looks amazing. The sculpting powder is perfect because you want a gray ashy tone to mimic natural shadow for a sculpting powder, but this also has a bit of a sheen to it, so it doesn't make you look dull. And I have dry skin, so I don't want to look dull or dead. This is perfect for me, both the products. So this has to be probably my favorite purchase this year, I'm gonna say. And I use it quite often. As I said, it is quite pricey, so I don't use it on a daily, but if I could, I would. And it's just been my favorite. And as I said, probably my number one this year. Another eyeshadow that escaped, it's actually a pigment, it's from MAC. It's in Blonde's Gold, and I discovered this year as well. I can't do swatches of everything, else this would be 100 hours long. But I will swatch this because you can use this as an eyeshadow. I've used this as a highlight. It's so pretty, and no one ever talks about this pigment from MAC, and it's my new favorite. For brows, my favorite product has been the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I don't think this comes as a surprise to many people. I do try to use different things just to keep my channel interesting, try out new things, but when it comes down to it, this is by far my favorite. I have it in Ash Brown. I'm wearing it today, and it just makes my brows look their best, I think. And then for eyeshadow base and primer, I love the MAC Prep+Prime 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. I also still love my soft ochre, but sometimes I don't want any color to my lid. I just want it to be a nice clear base. Use this today. I tried to use all my favorites today, and it's just my favorite. You've seen me use this a ton in tutorials. It makes my eyeshadow last long, and it's really good if you have pigments or glitter or anything like that. I think it works the best for. For eyeliner, Kat Von D eyeliner in Trooper. Need I say more? I've talked about this 1,000 times. And then I also love, for liquid liner, the NYC Liquid Liner. Super inexpensive, really dark, love this. And these two are my favorite liners, use them all the time. For contour, I've been more into cream contour, I'd say. So this is my favorite, even out of palettes or anything that I've been using. It is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This was in my favorites last year, but not in this shade. I have it in beautiful bronze. I did use it to contour my nose today, but I just prefer cream contour on me to look more natural, and because I have dry skin, I love cream products or cream blushes, cream contouring. It just works really well for me. So this has been my favorite contour product. Highly recommend it, super inexpensive, and it's in the shade Beautiful Bronze. For cheeks, I have 5. It was really hard for me to pick out 5, but here they are. So my first, really inexpensive, is from the drugstore. It's CoverGirl, their classic pink blush. It's called Classic Pink 110. Oldie but goodie for me. It just works for a daily blush. It just has a really nice, healthy, fresh pink to it. Love this. And then Clinique came out with their Cheek Pop blushes. This is in Pansy. It's a really pretty purple shade, but I have nothing like this, and I love the formula of the Cheek Pop blushes. I want them all, don't have them all. I have, I think, 3, and I really, really like the formula. Then Too Faced came out with these Love Flush blushes, and that took me forever to say. I'm not going to even tell you how many times I did takes on that, but this is in Love Hangover, and it's just a beautiful color. It looks like this, perfect for every day. I love glowy, pinky colors like this. If you can tell, it just makes my skin look healthy and youthful, things that I'm going for, and it's just beautiful. I love the formula. They're long wearing. The colors are fantastic. I bought them all because I love them so much. And then another formula of blush that I discovered and really love is the Urban Decay Afterglow, and I haven't bought any more. I only bought this one because I was kind of on a no blush buy spree for a while because I don't need any more. But I love the formula of this. It's one of my favorites. It's called Rapture, and it looks like this. This is perfect for the fall. It's just that beautiful mauve shade. And it's just such a healthy glow to the skin. I love glowy, sheeny blushes. I also like matte, but lately I've just been liking really glowy, soft sheens in blushes. And another glowy blush that I discovered this year, Charlotte Tilbury, hands down favorite packaging. And this is the Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher in Love Glow. And I use this pretty much every single day. It's just my favorite. It's a corally pink blush. Similar to NARS Orgasm without all that shimmer in it. It just gives a glow and a sheen. So love colors like that. Those are my top 5. It was really hard for me to limit it, but you can kind of tell the types of blush I have been liking this year. For lash glue, I discovered the Revlon Precision Lash Glue. This is amazing. It dries clear, it dries fast, and you can find it at the drugstore. So my favorite. For lashes, my favorite brand of lashes that I discovered this year is from Icon. And I'll show you a couple of my favorites. They have mink ones and they have 3D silk. And 3D silk is becoming quite popular. So I love that they have that option of the 3D silk. This was the first pair I ever tried. It's called Drunk in Love. And it's just super wispy and beautiful. I love it. It's really similar to what I have on my eyes right now, but it's much more full. But I love those. And then 3D silk ones, these are in Lash in the City. And these might be my favorite lashes ever. They have a taper off to the side, but they also kind of curve to the side as well. I don't know if you can see that, but they're super unique, super beautiful. And these just make your eye look, I don't know, it goes really well with my eye shape. And I just love these. And these are called Lash in the City. This year was the year of the liquid lipstick, I swear. I was trying to try all the brands out there. But I did recently do a video on my top 5 favorite liquid lipstick brands. I now have another one to add, which I'm wearing on my lips, but I'll save that for the end. It's probably tied for my favorite right now. My favorite being the Ofra long-lasting liquid lipsticks. 2 of my favorites are Laguna Beach and Mocha. This is an amazing formula. The only thing with these, they don't fully dry down, so they do transfer a little bit, but they are hands down the most comfortable liquid lipstick you will ever try. I never mentioned my ColourPop ones in my favorite liquid lipstick, but I do use and like them. They're really affordable, but the formula isn't the best on me. They do dry out my lips. But I do love the shades Trap, Beeper, and Limbo, and I had to mention those 3. Gerard Cosmetics also came out with a bunch of liquid lipsticks. One of my favorite formulas, and this is one of my favorite ones. It's an Invasion. I did wear this in a recent haul I did. It's a really pretty purple shade. And I just love colors like this, especially with my eyes. I think it really brings out the green in my eyes. 2 favorites from Kat Von D are Bow and Arrow and Lolita. Love these 2 shades, got a ton of use out of them, even though I only recently got my hands on this one. I've been wearing it so much. And then Jeffree Star, I picked up some of his and love the formula. They're tied with the Dose, which I'm going to share next. One of my favorites is Androgyny. It is sold out right now, but they will be having this return in February. And then from Dose of Colors, love Stone. This is another color that really brings out my eye colors. So I just like colors like this right now. And it's just such a beautiful everyday shade. And then also from Stila, I love Patina. So I wore this, I don't know, I wore this so much in my videos. A few times at least. And you guys always ask me what this color was, and that is Patina. So tied for my favorite liquid lipstick at the moment is the Kylie Matte Liquid Lipstick and Lip Liner. I was considering doing a review on this, but everyone was doing them right now, so I didn't want to be the last one at it to do a review. I know a few of you wanted to know my opinion on these. These are really hard to get a hold of. Customer service was horrible, but the product itself is amazing, I have to say. So the lip pencils remind me a lot of the ColourPop ones in terms of their creaminess and packaging. Candy K, the lip pencil, is pretty much identical to my own natural lip color, which I've never actually found. Everyone has that lip pencil that makes their lips look really natural when they overline. This one is mine. This is spot on to my lips, which is crazy. And I was trying to find a dupe for the Candy K liquid lipstick, And I actually couldn't find one, which is surprising. It's quite unique, even though it's a nude shade. You think a company would have came out with this already, but it is quite unique. It's what I have on my lips right now. It looks like that. And it's just beautiful. It doesn't accentuate the lines in my lips. It makes my lips look really plump. It doesn't dry out my lip. It doesn't transfer. I can't say enough good things about it, but I do absolutely love the Kylie Jenner liquid lipstick. For lip gloss, my favorite were the Dior Lip Maximizers. They brought out 2 new shades, one in 007 and one 006. I don't have the names on them on here, but one's a pink and one's a nude. And these just make my lips look super glossy, super full. Favorite lip gloss formula. And then for lip pencils, they happen to all be from MAC. I have 3 of them. I have a 4th just to show you a comparison. But I've loved Spice. I love Spice. I use that almost on a daily. I typically use Spice and just fill in my whole lips with it. They do dry my lips a bit, but I still like them. Auburn is another I recently discovered. No one ever talks about it, but it's kind of a brownish red. And I just really love it for a nice night out kind of lip or something a little bit more heavy and dramatic. And then for more daytime, I love In Control, which is a Pro Longwear pencil. And the Pro Longwear formula is the best. It looks like that, and I'll show you Soar right beside it, which is just a regular formula. And it's very, very similar, pretty much the same as In Control. So if you like Soar by MAC, just get In Control. It's a better formula. It's more long-lasting, more comfortable on the lips, and pretty much the same color. I have a lot of makeup brushes that I wanted to mention, but I figured I'd do a whole video on them because I got some questions asking to do an updated one. I do use tons of different brands of brushes, MAC, Sigma, Morphe, you name it. So I wanted to do a more in-depth video on those and just share with you the ones that I have been using, else this video seriously would be forever. But I wanted to give a little shout out to my beauty blender, and I like the black one, the Pro one. It's actually made for applying powder product as well. So if you set your under eye area, have dry skin, and want to use a powder like the Laura Mercier Translucent, get the black beauty blender because it's even better than the pink ones if you're doing that. And this is dirty. I used it right now, so my apologies. But to clean this, I love the Lush Squeaky Green, I believe it's called. I'll put the name down here. They didn't have this in store when I went, but they did have it online. And this is what I use to deep clean my brushes. It has tea tree oil in it as well. This, I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about using on their brushes, but I use it. It's squeaky green. It's fantastic for cleaning. Like, it cleans your beauty blenders, your brushes, everything so well. As I said, it has some tea tree oil in it, so it has some bacterial benefits if you have acne prone skin. I rarely get blemishes. Maybe this is why my brushes are super clean, but I love this for deep cleaning. For spot cleaning, I love my Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner. So amazing. If you hate cleaning your brushes, you gotta try this. It's really heavily scented with vanilla. I'm gonna say that right now, but it works so amazing. It dries your brushes so fast, cleans them so well. Nothing beats that in my opinion. And then the last product I'm going to mention, I think has changed my skin. My skin has never looked better in my opinion, and honestly, it was after including this into my skincare regime. Also, my Foreo brush and cleansers, that really helped as well. But one product, if I had to pick one product this year, it is this Belief First Aid Overnight Brightening Mask. And I've talked about this in my skincare video. I'll link it down below if you want to know more about it. But this is hands down my favorite product of the year, and I had to include it. So I believe that is everything for my favorites. As I said, I didn't include brushes because I didn't want this to be even longer than it already is. If you want to see this makeup tutorial or a brush video, leave comments down below and let me know. I hope you guys had a fantastic 2015. Please let me know your favorites down below. I'd love to know some of your favorite products for the year. Happy New Year. Thank you guys so much for an amazing 2015. I can't wait to see what 2016 has in store for us. And I hope you all have a happy New Year, and I'll see you guys soon.